Okay, give me a second here. I'm going to get my thing on. Okay, so we're at number 6. It says a man invests a certain sum of money at a certain rate of interest. So I'm going to write that down. And I'm going to say the certain sum of money is his principal. I'm going to say that's the letter P. And the certain rate of interest, I don't know what that is. I'm going to say it's a letter R. All right? If the principal had been $1,200 greater, so what does that mean? P plus 1,200. So if the principal had been $1,200 greater and the rate 1% greater, well, what would the rate be? The rate would be then R plus 1/100th. That's 1% more. His income would have been increased by 118. Well, this is a simple interest problem, and certainly I want to write the equation down now. And what is his income with simple interest? It would be P times R. And they said it would be increased by 118. Let's write it down. Again, the if part, he increased his principal, and he increased his rate. All right? Let's keep reading it. If the principal had been $3,200 greater, well, what does $3,200 greater mean? We're done with this, by the way. P plus 3,200. And the rate, 2% greater. Okay, so what would the rate be? R plus 2/100ths. All right, so it's principal and rate. If this is the if part. It goes on to say his income would have increased by 312. So his income is PR increased by 312. What's that going to be? P. You know what I noticed that that's not, my penmanship is not very good over here. Okay, my copy error, I guess. Please, it's P plus 3,200. And what's the rate going to be? R plus 2/100ths. All right. What I recommend you do, particularly if you're struggling with these things, is try to read and understand what you've read. And make sure you can agree with the system that we're writing down. And this is the system. All right, I'm seeing that over here. So PR is the income he's receiving. It's increased by 118. If the principal is increased by $1,200 and the rate was increased by 1%, this equation here is over here. And what it'd say is income would be increased by $312 if he increased his principal by $3,200 and the rate by 2%. All right, so what happens now is the magic occurs. I solve the system. And I really don't have enough room to put it here, so I got to go to the whiteboard. So I have the answers. And the answers were over here, all right? So what I want to do, by the way, when I say the answer over there, P and R is over there. The actual answer is $5,200 with the 4.5% increase, 4.5% interest rate. So what I want to do is go to the whiteboard. But again, you can say, where does this stuff go? Hopefully you have it in your possession. It's written down, or you have the notes in your possession. So I want to go to the whiteboard. Let me do that. And let me see what I can do over here. Let me blow it up. And let me, let's see, let's get a pen out. And let's write down what I had written down. I have PR plus 118. And then it's going to be P plus 1,200 times R plus 1/100th. And what do you get over here? PR, second equation. It's 2 equations, 2 unknowns, by the way. It should be relatively simple to solve. And that was P plus, let's see, 3,200 times R plus, instead of writing 2 over 100, I'm going to write 1 over 50. All right, now what I have to do now is it seems like I got to do something with the problem. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to simplify each equation a little tiny bit, all right? So what I'm going to do, the top equation, I'm going to multiply by 100. So you would get 100 PR plus 11800. You know what? I'm going to go back to that 100 because it's a lot easier for you to multiply. Let me go through that. I'm changing my mind in this. And I'm going to put down 2 over 100 instead. All right, let me continue. I'm multiplying by 100, and I'm going to associate with the second factor. And that's going to be p plus 1200, and then you're going to get 100r plus 1. All right, we'll keep moving and do the same thing. 100 pr plus 31200. And again, I'm going to associate the 100 with the second factor. So you get p plus 3200, and then you're going to get 100r plus 2. All right? I don't think that's the only way to proceed forward, but I'm going to continue to simplify the sides. All right? 100 PR plus 11800. That would be 100 PR plus P plus 120000R plus 1200. I'm going to simplify the second equation. And again, I realize that it's dizzy with all the letters and numbers and stuff, but I'm just, kind of proceeding forward, just simply copying at this point. And what do you get over there? You get 100 PR. All right, let's keep going. Plus 2P plus 320000 plus 6400. All right, I want to keep going, and I want to concentrate on certain things. And some of the things that are nice to concentrate on is I'm noticing something like immediately. I'm noticing I can expect 100 PR from both sides on both of the equations, and that seems to be pretty simple to do. All right? The next thing I want to do is kind of looking at it, subtract 1200 from both sides on this equation. All right, I'll do that a little bit later. And over here, oh, wait a second, I think I made a mistake over here. This is an R there, sorry about that. All right, I guess I was counting zeros and forgot about the R. I'm going to subtract 6400 from both sides. And again, as I move along, things should be getting a little easier. All right, so what do I get? Well, let's write this down. 10600 equals, well, that's going to be P plus 120000R. Well, let's do the other one. And that's going to be, I'm going to do the right side first because it's easier for me, 2P. And then you're going to get plus 32000. There's 4 zeros, right? R. I got to do this. That's 0, 0. This would become 0 because I have to borrow. That's 12. This would be 8. This would be 3. And this would be 1. This is 4, 3. I'm sorry. I'm daydreaming again. I got to erase that. I made a mistake there. Let me put that down for you. Sorry about that. 2, 2. Let's write that down. 24800. All right, 24800. Now, what I notice about this over here, it's getting simpler each time I do it. And what I'm going to do now is multiply the top equation by minus 2. And what would you get? You would get minus 21200 minus 2P minus 24000R. All right, bottom equation. 24800 equals 2P plus 320000R. I'm going to add these together, and I'm going to get something. Well, certainly the P disappears. And what do you get now? Well, let's take a look at it. Let's see, 6, 8. Well, let's do this now. And what do you get there? Well, let's write this down. 248. minus 21200, 0063, 3,600. All right, I got to keep going, and I'm going to write down what R is now, and it's 3,600 divided by 80,000. Whoops. Let me go backwards on that. And that equals R. I'm going to reduce that, and that's going to be 36. I'm dividing top by 100, by the way, over 800. And I'm going to reduce that. I'm looking at that. 2 goes into 36, or 4 goes into 36 9 times over 200. All right? So I found my R. And as someone says, you took so long to get there, I forgot what R is. R is the rate. So I'm going to point out what the rate is. It's 9 over 200. This is R. But I really need to write that down in a slightly different way. I'm going to write it as 4.5 over 100. Now someone says, why are you doing that? Because I know this is 4.5%, or you might want to write down 4.5%. Either one's fine. This is the rate, by the way. All right? So if someone says, how are you going to get the P? Well, you're going to go back and write it in. All right? Now certainly where you're going to put it, that's entirely up to you. I'm going to put it here because this looks pretty easy for me to do. All right, so I'll write that down. So it's going to be 10600 equals P plus 120000. And what's the R? Well, let's go through that. The R is 9 over 200. All right, so it's going to be 10600 equals P. Well, I'm going to divide by 100. Makes it easier for me, by the way. And then I got 1,200 by 2, which is 600. And 600 times 9 is going to be 7,200. All right? Mistakes happen. Let's see what happens. What's P going to be? Let's see, 28 and 600, 3,400. So what's P? P is actually $3,400. Again, kind of looking at it, I just want to make sure I got the right answer. And this is why we provide answer keys for you. And I made a mistake somewhere. And I got the interest rate correct, but I have this number incorrect. And I'm wondering how I did that. Let's see, 600. Oh, I know my mistake in not writing it down, by the way. And I'm glad I looked at it, because 9 times 600 is not 7,200. I don't know why I said that. I guess maybe I was daydreaming again. Kind of a bad excuse, but I'll erase this now. And I got to erase this as the wrong answer. I don't want to put that down. I want to correct myself. And let's write this down now. So, 6 times 9 is 54. Let me get my eraser out. This is not right. And 54 would be, let's see, 46, 5,200 now. Whoops. And again, I'm not changing my answer because I see that answer. I'm changing my answer because it's wrong. My answer was wrong. And you got to start fessing up that when you start doing the homework and practicing. So P is $5,200. Again, look at the key. Clearly in the key, they have $5,200 for the principal and 4.5% for the interest rate. All right, again, I want to remind you that I realize that some students may be looking at this and they need to reach out to me for whatever reason. And my name is Ron Bannon. And my email address is Bannon, which is B as in boy, the @ NNON.US. And by the way, I will respond to you provided I'm not overwhelmed with questions through email. Thank you so much for paying attention.